Yet another review on another Wolfang action camera. This is the GA460. So I've done the 440, the one with the built-in everything. I've done the Seeker one last week, the white one, which looked quite groovy but ended up having really rubbish stabilisation on it. And I've now got my hands on their, I suppose what you could call premium model. Again, they're all a very similar price, around about 150, 160 pounds. And then what they do is they put offers on. I think there was £50 off again on this one, so it worked out about £109 from Amazon. I'll put the link below as normal. If you can hear the pitter-patter, it's Bonnie just wandering around the living room stroke YouTube studio at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to get the overhead on, show you this in detail. What I'm going to do today though, I've been comparing the last two to the Osmo. Now, you all know how amazing the stabilisation is on the GoPros and the Osmo. So I don't really see that much of a point on doing that. So I'm just going to mount this up, do me walk and me run, do me slow-mo, and then a photo, and then we'll talk about it at the end and see how good it is. So, closer view of the GA460 by Wolfang. Construction-wise, it said on what other people had commented on the internet that it's a metal construction. Again, it feels plastic, but I think there's a metal underbody to it. It definitely feels a very robust camera. Now, obviously the 440, just the outer edge unscrewed, if you remember. The Wolfang Seeker 1 looked like it should unscrew, but this one actually does. So this comes all the way off. So you got your cover, just leaving the lens underneath. Exactly the same as the Osmo and obviously the GoPros. So that screws back on. So if you did damage that, you could replace it. But again, I've not seen any spares for sale anywhere on any of these things, which is a shame. But I'm sure if you reached out to Wolfang that they'd be able to accommodate you with a spare. I'll take the little plastic cover off for the purposes of the video, but I'll keep the other covers on. Now obviously front screen, back screen, same as the others. A record button on the top, start button and mode button on the side, and then it's got a quick button for swapping between your different modes when you're using the camera. Now one thing that is completely obvious on this is that the screen on it is a lot smaller than the Seeker. The Seeker is 2.5 inches. This is quite tiny on this one. But ultimately, you're only using these things to line your shot up and away you go. All your details that you need. So obviously, same as all the others, I can click on there and then I get into all my different quick settings. So normal video, time-lapse, slow motion, video, photo, driving mode obviously so that you can use it as a dash cam in your car. Quick stories on this, so it pieces together the different videos into a quick story. Then you go into photo and then you've got your different ones there. So photo, time-lapse, timing photo. I'm assuming that's so that you can set a timer so that it records at an interval. Burst photo, long exposure on this. So just try the long exposure. So long exposure settings on this one, he says, if I click on there, 20, right, shutter, 1 second. So I can go 1 second, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, and 8 seconds on this. So you could use this for a bit of basic light painting, or if you're doing a starscape compared to the others. We'll come out of that one. We'll go back into video. We'll go normal video, and then we're on 4K 30 at the moment. It's a segment. I'm assuming that's where it cuts the video into different lengths. Audio is on. Video encode H264. LDC gyro stabilization is on. everything else is set to auto. Filter is normal. So with this, your filter is obviously underwater, black and white, sepia, all the other ones. Sharpness is set to medium. Image quality is set to high. Now I've set the microphone to high in this as well. You can alter it to low, normal and high. I tried it briefly the other day and set to normal. It was far too dull. So a quick press of the bottom mode button, well, long press, sorry, then reverts it to the front camera, which again is plenty clear enough. Ultimately, everything that you want to see is on there. I've put the grid display on. It shows you image stabilization is on, blah, 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 all the other ones that you need. And again, long press on the side, and we're back to the back screen. Now, on the side here, you've got a speaker. You got a little flip up, which same as the Osmo and the last one, you've got a micro HDMI and a USB-C charging port. And then on the bottom, comes with 2 batteries. Open that up, battery port and a micro SD port, which was really handy because I've just noticed there's not a micro SD card in there. So I need to get that rectified before I do the footage. Same as all the others, you've got to make sure that these are pushed down and pushed in, because obviously this is waterproof as it stands at the moment. So spec-wise, it's advertised as having 6K video. I'll take that with a pinch of salt. I'm keeping it on 4K 30 frames a second. Allegedly 24 megapixel, 40 meters waterproof underwater camera. The 40 meters will be obviously when it's inside this, which is the usual generic cheapo waterproof cases, but it does its job at the end of the day with the standard GoPro type mounting forks at the bottom. It's got 10 times zoom on, which is obviously going to be optical, which is going to be absolutely useless. It says it's 160 degree wide on this. Dual screen vlog camera with external microphone it comes with as well, and 2 times 1350 mAh batteries and a charger, whereas obviously the other one did not come with a charger. Spec wise on here, 16 feet it'll go down to, it says bare metal waterproof, and then 40 meters with the case on. Camera supports 16 feet of bare metal waterproofing, and when paired with its waterproof case, you can enjoy shooting the mysterious underwater world. Obviously 2 batteries on it, dual colour screens, can't see anything else really on here, and it comes with a 2-year warranty as well as standard, which I think is pretty damn good. And it's like I say, 6K allegedly Ultra HD action camera. So this is the box that it comes with, and then in here, quick start guide, user manual, spare battery, camera sits there, and then in this little box here, which I'm not even opened yet, we get all the accessories, which are going to be your usual plastic fantastic, but perfectly adequate. Strap, which I'm assuming that's for the remote. Charge cables. That is the external microphone. We'll keep that out. We'll try the external microphone on it, see what that's like. And then lots and lots of other bits and bobs. More straps. There's an actual cage for it as well. Now, actually, you've got your charger in. It's got some kind of cage there as well. Does it come with a remote? Yes. Cheapo bog standard remote that it comes with. Numerous other mounting doofers in it. So yeah, cage, dual charger, cable, loads of sticky mounts for them. Handlebar mount, which is handy if you're going out doing your mountain biking. But let's see what the stabilisation's like on it first. Not quite sure what you're supposed to do with this. Does this automatically pair? Right, if I could bother to actually read, it does say on the base of the remote here, even with my old eyes, it says, please press and hold the 2 buttons about 5 seconds to turn on off the remote control. So 1, 2, 3, there we go. It's lit up now. So, camera's on. Let's press. Yes, it's now recording. Press again. Stops recording. Bottom button, red button. Press. Takes a photo. Well, I don't think it's waterproof. I wouldn't like to risk the remote waterproof, but with the strap on, it's perfectly adequate. So, the most important thing is, what's the quality on this thing like? So, let me get it on a little holder. By the way, there is no screw thread on the bottom, so we are going to have to mount it in this thing, which looks like it slides out. It helps if you put it the right way up. Pop that in there. So again, like the other one on the seat, you've got to like put it in a bit of an angle to make sure it just clears the holder. It does actually have a cold shoe on the top as well. Just so that you can put a video light on. That's the only thing that you're going to be doing with it, obviously. Pop that in there. That's really recessed now, that's really in there, but it's going to protect it. Same as on the front, it's going to protect it. So I'm going to get this on a mini tripod and I'm going to go try it out for you. Right, so I'm recording now on the Wolfang GA460. I'm just obviously still sitting inside the house at the moment. What does the inbuilt audio sound like? So testing audio on 1, 2, 1, 2. Obviously I am about 1 arm's length away from the camera at the moment. It seems to be reasonably wide angle. I can see looking down on the door frame next to me it's bowed slightly, so obviously it's not exactly putting it straight for me. You can probably alter it in the settings, but for this I'll keep it as the screen just gone off to say battery. Press the shutter button again and it comes straight back on. Right, I'm using the remote as well at the moment, so I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to plug in the external mic. Right, so I'm using the external mic now on the Wolfang GA460. Quite annoyingly, when the cage was on, which is now on here, I could not open the side door to put the external mic on. And also I can't see that the side door clips off like on the Osmos and the GoPro. So I don't know what that's like. This is with the external mic. So external mic on the Wolfang GA460. Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, so I'm outside now. Right, sunshine. With the Wolfang GA460. No external mic because I say I could not connect it, so this is just standard walking. So I've been meant to be. The bins away. So walk down. This would be your vlogging situation. EIS as well. Sound is set to high. Right, what's that like? Trying to keep it as stable as possible. Pin it while we're here. Screen's gone off. Right, so outdoor volume test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to nip inside the house and into the garden. here are all three of the Wolfang. Now Wolfang do a cheaper model called the GA460. They also do the 400, the 200. They do that many different models, it's unreal. The 420 has a screw thread in the bottom of it. I think that the spec is very similar to the original one which I reviewed, which was the 440, which is all built in. And as you can see, the 440 and the 460 are virtually identical, but the rear screen on the 440 is, if there's any charge still left in it, yeah, is considerably bigger than the 460. I actually like the interface a bit more on this, but as you know, less than stellar on the quality. Build wise, weight wise, very similar between the 460 and the One Stream. The One Stream has got the biggest screen on the back, which is bigger than even the SJ cams, which are huge. I mean, they are 2.33, this is 2.45. You can definitely see the screen on the One Stream is better than this. Now, if on a wish list, please Wolfang, if you could get this setup and interface in something as big as this, with a screw thread on the bottom and a remote and a removable lens cover, then, you know, from a cheapo action camera point of view, I think you'd be onto a winner. So yeah, there we go. That is the 460. As I say, very similar between the three. I was going to do a comparison video between the three, but I don't really, oops, they're quite impact resistant. Don't see the point because I'm not going to be keeping them. I've got obviously a GoPro Hero 12, the Osmo 4, also the Go 3, and I've also got the Insta Ace Pro, so I don't need a cheaper action cam, but I just wanted to get them so that you didn't have to, so you could see what the quality was like. Build wise, very good. I think all of them are pretty damn good. Just got to make sure on all of them, obviously on the 440 you don't have to worry about such things. Make sure that they're pushed in, it's nice and flush. I'd use it in a pool on holiday, but once you're in your waterproof case, yeah, you could quite easily go down diving and so on with them. And ultimately, if it dies, you've lost £100-odd action cam, not a £300-400 action cam, even though the prices have reduced dramatically, especially on the GoPro Hero 12 recently. So that ends all my reviews on the three, what I think are main contenders of the mid-level stroke entry-level action cameras that are best value at the present time. Yes, they've got the drawbacks, as I said, but you've got to set your requirements to the level of the price that you're paying within reason. Stabilization could be better, certain things could be better, but you're not paying big bucks, and especially if it is for your kid, it's going to be more than suitable. Any of these is going to be more than suitable. I would say the 440 is the safest option if it's for a child, because there's nothing, they can't pull the batteries out, they're not going to do any damage or anything like that. Memory and everything is all built in. Seeker 1 looks really good, cracking screen on it. I don't think the video quality was too bad, but it was too jerky on the video, on the stabilization. Let's see what this is like, and then you can decide out of the three, if you look back through all three videos, which one you actually prefer, whether it's going to be their not so much latest, but the best one that they allegedly do. That will be entirely up to you. So I've just uploaded the footage onto my computer off the 460, just so that I can give you my final thoughts on this as a camera, whether it's worth getting or not. First of all, video quality. Out of all the three, I haven't got three hands, but you know what I mean, I'm just showing them you. Out of all three, I would say this has definitely got the best video quality. It's also got, I think, the best image stabilization. One thing though is glaringly obvious with it. When it's in the cage, it sounds really muffled. The external mic makes a massive difference. The external mic is very similar to, again, the SJ Cam mics. It's just a USB-C connection that plugs in on the side. That definitely makes a big difference. If you could get the side to pull off, which I don't think you can, because I don't want to break it, it doesn't look, obviously, that it pops off, which is a shame. And also, it doesn't quite line up inside the cage so that you can leave the side open. It doesn't push far enough quite in. What you could do is just shave a bit of the side off there, and then you could open the side and use the external mic. That'd be quite easy. But as sandpaper, you could just shave the side down and it would open. I'm just lining that up, and it doesn't block the mic. At first I thought that the cage might block the mic, but the mic is really muffled without the external mic on. You don't want to be shouting at things, but stabilization is definitely the best. It doesn't look 160 degree wide. I've checked through the settings. I can't see anywhere that you can actually alter it to make it wider, or you can get rid of that curved effect when you've got wide angle lens on. I don't think it's actually wide enough to really have that much of an effect on the lens anyway. So yeah, stabilization is the best out of all three. I think the photos are pretty good. The slow-mo isn't as slow as on the others, but again, it was definitely the best quality for the slow-mo out of all three. So the mic ain't the best. I think the mic was probably, it looks like there's dual mics on the Seeker 1. The sound's definitely better on the other two. There's also dual mics on the top of the 440, but there's only one hole there, and I can't see, no, I can't see any other openings for a mic on it, the 460, which is a real shame. So that's really the only drawback. And there was like a clanging as I was running. Did you notice on the video in the cage? But this thing was so tight in there, I don't see how it was knocking on anything, to be honest with you. But you could always record your sound externally. Yeah, I would say out of all three, if I'm going to recommend any of the Wolfang to you, it's definitely going to be the 460. Seeker 1, as you've seen, 440 all built in, 460. Out of all three, 460 is definitely the best image stabilization. As I've said before, these things aren't really for vlogging, unless obviously the sound's far better on the more expensive models. They're not for vlogging and so on, or not much. They're for action. I would say if you're going to mount one to your bike or something like that, the 460 is definitely the one to go for. You've got an external mic anyway. You could always, as I said, manipulate the cage so that you can actually put the mic and you can see yourself. That's not hard. It's only got one little microphone port on the top, which is pretty pathetic, to be honest with you. It's got the remote, got spare batteries, it's got a dual charger, it's got everything that you want. So from a recommendation point of view, if you're in the market for an entry level stroke mid-level range action camera, the Wolfang GA460 is the one to go for. And hopefully this time, you've noticed I've not been reading as much off my phone. On my last review, I had a comment saying that all I'd done was read the details off my phone, but I'm really sorry. I cannot memorise everything about everything that I review. Hopefully you've found these three past reviews on cameras useful, especially this one. Thank you very much for watching. A thumbs up would be amazing. A subscription would be even better. And as always, until next time, stay safe.